Hi, I am your coach, Khanyi Morgan. I'm a certified NLP practitioner and life coach. You know, there are so many things which many of my clients come to me and try to find solutions for the blockages which they have in their life, why they can't reach to their success. One thing which I want to talk about today is that there are enemies that we have which are stopping us from achieving all that we desire to achieve. So the first enemy which I'd like to expose is the lack of time. Lack of time. Yes, lack of time is one of our biggest enemies. If you do not have the time to do the things that you're passionate about and the things that mean a lot to you and are very important, then what is the point that we are living? What are we trying to achieve if we do not have time to do the things that are important to us? We lose time because there's many distractions in our life. It's either things that are not important, maybe social media, Netflix, soapies that we're trying to catch up on, the work that we do that we don't even know or can't account for. And most of the time, I also am guilty of it, is that we are very busy. I'm very busy with nothing sometimes. Yes, we get busy with nothing. Sometimes all these things that we think we're busy with, they're not that important. I like how Tyler Perry once said in his speeches that, you know, broke people, they're so busy. Why are broke people so busy? Like, yeah, when you ask that question, it really hit home with me. Like, you know, that you're not able to achieve the things that you want to achieve because the time that we spend it on the things that are not so important. Another enemy that we have is the lack of motivation. When you're not motivated and you do not have a strong enough why, and your why is not big enough, then you do not get to what you desire to achieve. You know, there's sometimes you say for instance, you want to lose weight. Maybe the motivation is that you want to look like somebody, you want to do this, you want to fit in those old clothes, but you keep on going on to a diet. And you start on a Monday, by Wednesday, you've already forgotten all about it. Like, I'm also guilty of that. But once you get a strong enough motivation, perhaps you suffering maybe from an illness, then you are motivated to do changes in your lifestyle because the motivation is big enough. But you do not need to wait for those big bad times to be motivated. You know, we need to look at what is important, what do we want, so that all of that is able to motivate us into doing what we want to do. Lack of commitment is another enemy that we have. Lack of commitment is like the same. I can use the same example as going on the diet. If you're not committed enough, you won't lose the weight that you want to lose. Like, I'm actually very proud of myself that in this period of the lockdown, I was able to lose around 10 kgs of my baby weight, which I had been struggling to lose ever since I had my baby. I had a baby now in December 2019. So after having a big enough motivation and putting commitment, yes, I was able to achieve that. Yes, I still do have a long way to go, but I celebrate myself for achieving what I have achieved at this moment. Another enemy that we have is lack of persistence. You know, there's a saying that says, quitters never win and winners never quit. So nothing worth having is ever easy. You know, when something comes so easily, easy come, easy go, it's cliche, but it's true. So if it's worth having, you need to be persistent, because nothing worth having is easy to get. And we should always have the understanding that we are created as more than a conqueror. So it is by how we have been designed that we have been created to win. You know, the same way Mercedes-Benz will, if one of their vehicles, they have a defect, they will recall the whole vehicle, that whole batch, they will recall it in order to protect their name. Not because they like the people that have bought the vehicles, but it's because they are protecting their brand. Their brand needs to pass. Their brand needs to succeed. So our Creator, our higher power, the creator of the universe, the way he has created us, he's created us in his image. So wanting us to represent him. So if we fail, that means he has failed. So we are designed to win. That's one belief that we should have in our lives. Another enemy to our success is uncertainty. When you're uncertain and you're just doing everything, and you're a jack of all trades and a master of none, yeah, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. There's a lot of things which you won't be able to achieve. You need to specialize. You need to specialize in something. Be known that you're an expert in that field, whatever field that you are in. Just focus on one thing and win in that. Be known as the expert in that. Because if you scatter all your eggs or scatter all your water in more than one plant that you're busy planting, then none of your plants will have enough water to grow. So we shouldn't be general dealers. We should try to focus our energy and become specialists. Another enemy which we have in our lives is fear. You know, with so much fear of failure, so many dreams are killed before they even manifest. I've heard a wise man once say that the graveyards are one of the richest places in the universe, because they are filled with people with a lot of assets, a lot of tools, a lot of gold, a lot of diamonds inside of them, which they have been buried with. Do not make the grave a very rich place. We should go and explore and do whatever it is that we desire to do. Yes, there is a possibility of failure, but now you know one way of how not to do it. So failure is not the end of it. Failure, we should take it as feedback. It's another way not to do it. So try another way. We just should be try to explore, try to figure out something else. You need to be flexible and try something else. Another enemy that we have is having too many excuses. Yes, we have excuses. We have all the sexiest excuses which sound so valid why we can't do the things that we want to do, the things that are most important to us. So yes, I'm also guilty of coming up with the most sexiest excuses why I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm raising the kids. I just had a baby. Oh, I'm pregnant, I can't do that. Oh, the kids are still, I'll do it after the kids finish school. How old are the kids? They're still in grade R and grade 1. So am I going to wait all my life for my kids to grow up, for me to start acting on my dreams? No, I'm doing it while they are also growing up. So it is all about a choice which we have to make and eliminate all the excuses that we have. So excuses they paralyze us, and we have so many excuses because we rely so much on our fears and use our fears as an excuse, and we get paralyzed by that. Another thing, which is our enemy, I believe, is the lack of opportunity, or rather the belief or the perception that we are lacking opportunities. Success is not dependent on opportunities. It is dependent on people. So opportunities, usually they disguise themselves as hard work, problems, too much is too difficult to do and it's too stressful to do. We need to change our perspective about the opportunities, how they're being presented to us. Once we change our perspective, we're able to see the problem as a challenge and the challenge as an opportunity for us to grow. So, if I can just summarize all of these enemies that we have. Yes, it's easy to point and say, that's my enemy, that's my enemy. And lack of time, lack of motivation, lack of persistence, lack of uncertainty, fear, excuses, lack of opportunities. It's easy to point and point and point and have all these reasons why you're not successful. But look at the fingers which are pointing back to me. All these fingers, all three of these fingers, including this one, it's just a curved looking back at me. You point in one direction, but all other things are pointing back at you. You are your biggest enemy. You are standing in your own way. So, one thing that you must take away from this session with Coach Khanyi is that get out of your own way. Be the best version of yourself. Be who you've always known yourself to be. Be what you were born to be. Be the greatest. You have been created out of the creator of what has been possible, for everything that is possible. Be who you've always known yourself to be. The best version of yourself. Thank you.